All right, we're here at Mercy College Studio A. We're looking at the track Temporary Galaxies by Wess Meets West. We're doing a series where we go back and look at some old mixes from different projects here. So yeah, this is Temporary Galaxies. So let's start with the drums. One quick note is that I am doing some analog summing through a Fulcrum summing mixer into a Neve 1073 into a Chandler germanium compressor. So if you notice, my submix outputs 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. So all my Pro Tools outputs 3 through 16 are going into stereo channels of that, summing analog, and then I'm coming back in to this aux with some plugins, and then I'm printing to this last track here. So we're looking at a track here from 2017. I mixed this with Andy Porta, and it was a really collaborative mix. So we both kind of were working. He was working in Maine on his PC, and I was working mainly here and on my home studio on Mac, and we would be sending back plugins and all that stuff. So that's why there's a mixture of things I would do and things he would do. So yeah, let's start with the drums here. And we just wanted to do this series because I thought it'd be fun to take a look at some old sessions, see what we did. So yeah, there we go. We got the drums here. Andy's doing some great drumming here. You know, it's funny. I don't remember exactly what we did for mics. We have another video from back when we recorded this that tells you exactly what we used. I believe it was a D6 at the time, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is some Fab Filter EQ, adding some brightness for sure, cutting some mids there, H comp, a little bit of parallel compression, and the mag EQ. We were definitely into that back then. Let's hear it without. Wow. Okay. So a lot different. And what is this? This is a sample. So we did mix up some samples. We're not against samples. And then both those. Actually, no. Sorry. Just the real kick is going to an R bass here. It's nice. And the snare. He did a lot to the snare here. So we got a gate. Yeah, gate. Yeah, he used these. I don't use these too much. Decapitator, a lot of Decapitator. Big fan of that. And then he's just doing some surgical moves here. He'd have to tell you why there's 2 mags, but that's all right. We'll get into it. It's really great drum performance, great drum sound. There is a sample here. Loop this section here. And then there's a parallel snare here. And we got some toms. Let's see, there's a lot of toms later in this song. Here we go. We do edit the toms a little bit so they only play when they're actually playing. At the time, we were both really digging this. Again, this is a couple years ago, so we've changed our mind on some things, but I think it sounds great. Let's hear it without. Okay. So again, Decapitator, some mag, some Fab Filter, a little gate. It's not closing all the way, though. And a little just taming of the highs. I remember doing that. So there you go. And again, there's a parallel Compress here for the toms. Getting slammed through this. Very nice. And then on our bass as well. On our bass as well for those toms. What else we got here? We got a hi-hat mic, not doing anything, not doing too much. And then overheads, really nice overheads. I don't remember, sounds like 4050s maybe. Oh no, I think we use box. I don't recall. Little 1176 action, EQ, some corrective stuff. So yeah, I mean, I just like to nerd out, go back and see what we did. And yeah, I mean, I love what he was doing here with the Devil Locks. When I say he, I mean combination. And he's an amazing engineer as well. So that's cool vibe. Bach going through the Devil Log as well. Little NLS, little saturation happening from that. So these are some room mics, similar. Little Devil Lock, little, just getting rid of some lows. This is cool. This is I put up some Royers on the side of the kit. Put up some Royers and yeah, just some slight EQ there. But I really like, so the Royers are facing they're facing the ground and the ceiling. So figure 8. And you can kind of get this cool room sound, and we definitely compress that on the way in, just to give it some compression. Probably the API 2500, as I recall. All right, and then we had a real Devil Lock here. Yeah, this was a standard audio leveler, and that was the Bach that we molted out into the leveler, just for that kind of just craziness, and we EQ'd that a little bit. No, not too much. So yeah, that's the drums, and again, this combination of stuff Andy and I did together here, and then sending stuff back and forth. So let's see, what do we got here? We got kind of the close mics, which I think sound really tight, really nice. Some console saturation, some tape machine, and a little 1176. We talked a lot about what we wanted on the drum submix, and this is something we ended up just to give a little bit of tying them in, not doing too much, because we do have a lot of parallel stuff going on here. We got a parallel Devil Lock, which you see we're big fans of this, which amazing. But you have to really tweak it after it hits it, because it can get so harsh. A little tape machine action, all that. We got the room mics going here. Some pole tech, brightening it up. Some corrective stuff there. And then we had some reverb here on these sends here. So we had like a room verb, and then we also had a snare reverb there. I think we just wanted a little bit more for that. Interesting. Again, it's so much fun to go back and see, even just 2 years ago, what we did and what I might do differently now, but it's working for me. Yeah, we recorded this all here at Mercy College, Studio A. A little bit up in Maine, and a little bit at home here in New York. All right, and then so we get into some extra stuff here, and you see there's some automation on the drums. And okay, so getting into these, so we had Steve Ocera play on some extra toms. So Steve Lacera is a great friend and mentor, and it's like a requirement of mine that he plays on all of our records. So he has to play something. So yeah, he played just some kind of percussion. He's an amazing drummer. He's actually played drums on some of the older stuff. And let's hear what he did here. Yeah. So he just played like some toms. And he came up with this cool pattern here. Well, that's doing a lot of heavy lifting on those toms, especially on the output here, but I like that. And then that's it. I guess we did I guess it was clipping, probably because the output was so loud. And then we added some reverb there, some pretty huge reverb. And there it is. I mean, that's just a floor tom. Looks like we had a tambourine at one point that we turned off. And then, yeah, that goes to a sub here, and then that's it. So that gets mixed in with Andy's drums. And just sounds massive. So live, I'll play that with Andy. Actually, Steve's played it live with us, and some other drummers. Donald will play it live with us too. And then we added this Thunder Quake drums. Let's hear that. Oh man, hilarious. Amazing. A little decapitator on that, some reverb mixed into it. Look at that. No send. Let's hear it. Oh wow, okay. Different. Interesting. So there you go. And that's just going right out to the Sony mixer. And then we got an R bass here for, looks like Steve's toms are going to the R bass. Really feeling that R bass. So yeah, what I'm doing with this is it's just set to a low frequency to kind of give it some more low end power. And then what do we got here? Okay, yeah, so this is some Native Instruments, electronic, MIDI drums. And listen, I got no secrets. Those are Action Strike drums from Native Instruments, and they are fantastic, and I use them a lot. So that's what we got. Let's hear this Thunder. Nice. Yeah, we were just a bit of history. Nick brought the electronics. Nick brought this song to the band, and he brought the electronics, and we didn't really have an ending. We had, I think, up to the bridge, and then we all, as a band, kind of crafted this. I don't know if tribal is the word, but this kind of epic ending, which I think really ended up suiting the song in a really cool way. So I'm proud of where we took that, and it's a fun song. So yeah, that's all the drums. There's a lot of drums, as you see, and some automation there just to dial things in. Those are pretty stagnant.